The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Two Beards Talking with Daniel Sanders
and Matt Lassiter.
As we always start off every show, we want to give a big shout out to the troops. You guys are doing a good job. Keep up the good work and come home safe. I was a little bit worried. I didn't know if we were going to have a Crybaby of the Week segment this week or not. Everybody's been on their best behavior until today.
As if on fucking cue.
Oh, man. Yeah, so the winner this week is Alfonso Ribeiro.
Not Carlton.
Yes. Everybody's favorite, lovable nerd from the Fresh Prince.
Nerd!
So here's the thing. He is suing the makers of Fortnite and there was another 2K Games, the company behind NBA 2K and all that stuff. Is suing them for he's saying they basically stole his dance. Everybody remembers the famous Carlton dance he always did to the Tom Jones song. Yeah, he's saying that they stole that dance from him to use in the games without his permission. My thing about that is he did an interview back in 2015 where he said that he got the inspiration for that dance the Bruce Springsteen video, "Dancing in the Dark."
Get it eventually. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'll figure out how to word tonight. "Dancing in the Dark" by Bruce Springsteen, and then Eddie Murphy from his Delirious special making fun of white people not knowing how to dance. So if you look up the two, definitely for sure, I like Bruce Springsteen doing the dance is almost spot on with what Carlton's doing.
He did add a little bit to it, though.
Yeah, but the basic gist of it is there.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get the dance copyrighted. Don't know how well that's going to work out because, I mean, let's face it, the overall basic gist of the dance was around long before Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was.
And you're basically just swinging your arms like an idiot.
Yeah. And he did that very well. And this really comes as no shock to me. I met Alfonso Ribeiro when I was stationed in North Carolina. And he is a straight-up dick. Which, I mean, that is his claim to fame right there. The dance from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's what he is known for. When I met him, they were doing a celebrity golf invitation out at Camp Lejeune, and he was one of the celebrities. I was standing in line to meet him, and everybody in the area, "Come on, do the Carlton dance, do the Carlton dance." And you could just tell. The look on his face was, why the fuck did I ever get myself involved in doing that? Because that's all people remember me for now.
Well, I mean, I can't say that I blame him. If you were only known for one thing and then people wanted you to do that one thing repeatedly, if it ain't paying the bills no more, I'm not doing it.
So, yeah, he was just a straight-up dick the whole night. And, I mean, like I said, I can't blame him for that. But, I mean, come on. You're creating a fuss over a freaking dance that, if you want to be technical about it, you ripped off.
True story.
So that in a nutshell is our winner for the week for Crybaby of the Week. So Alfonso Ribeiro, if you're listening, this one's for you. Oh man. So we're gonna roll into our next segment now. A little bit of sad news. We've been covering a lot about the migrant caravan coming up to the border and everything. A 7-year-old girl, unfortunately, died in Border Patrol custody. And the overall gist is she died from shock and dehydration. She was only in Border Patrol custody for 8.5 hours. And now all of the bleeding heart liberals out there, they're blaming Border Patrol for this girl's death, which you can't hold them responsible for it.
It takes longer than 8.5 hours to dehydrate.
Yes, it's I think 2 weeks is what they said it took for this group the girl was in to travel from Guatemala to the border.
Yeah.
2 weeks. That is a really long friggin' time.
Yeah. Especially when you don't know where you're going to get clean water from or your next meal.
Yeah. So, I've got an article here from the Washington Post. They are the family of the girl is wanting a quote objective and thorough investigation into her death. Now, here's the thing: Border Patrol did everything they could to save this girl's life. They medevaced her by helicopter to the nearest hospital. She went into cardiac arrest at the hospital. They revived her, but then she died a few hours later. So, I can't see anything that they can hold Border Patrol responsible for based on the cause of the girl's death.
Yeah. I mean, as a parent, I have a 6-year-old, and that right there, that's terrifying. That's the worst thing that can happen to a parent. Your child dying. But in this situation, as much as I hate to say it, you've got to think, what did this father do to prevent it?
Right.
I mean, granted, you're trying to escape a bad situation in your country and try to find help in another country, but, I mean, got to think of your children first.
Yeah, and that's the other thing about that, too. There have been reports coming out that groups from this migrant caravan, they fled violence and oppression and all this other stuff in their country, quote, trying to find a better life here in America. Well, there have been reports coming out that a lot of groups have been saying they would go back if we paid each individual $50,000.
I'm not giving them no money.
Uh-uh.
Well, who are we kidding? If the government pays them off, we pay them off.
Yeah.
I mean, who are we kidding? We pay taxes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, technically speaking, if the government pays them off, we all did it. Thank you for that. Don't do it.
So, yeah, it really, because we talked about that. What was their real motive for coming up here? And I think that kind of shows, it wasn't that they were trying to flee from war and violence and poverty and all that other crap. They're coming up here and they're looking for handouts, basically.
That's what everybody does. That's the thing to do. You come to a country that gives handouts because they give handouts.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a sad situation all the way around. It's sad that the girl has passed away. It's sad that they're holding the wrong group responsible for it. They're trying to hold the wrong group responsible for it. This is not Border Patrol's fault.
I mean, there's no way. In just 8.5 hours, there's no way. I mean, terrible situation, but...
Yeah.
put blame where the blame's supposed to go.
Exactly. Which, we could say that about all situations, but that's another topic for another show.
Keep finding them.
We really do.
There's like an idea tree in this room, and you just keep picking the fruit.
Yes. I don't want to spend too much time dwelling on this because it's a very somber subject. So we will look more into this and keep track of it as everything goes, and keep y'all updated with it. With that, we're going to roll into the next topic.
This is going to be a fun one.
This is going to be very fun. This was your brainchild, as a matter of fact.
Sure was.
What was it? What was it you called this?
I can't remember.
I can't.
Was it funny?
I think it was.
Oh, well, then I probably said it. But I can't. For lack of a better term, it's just overreach of government officials.
Yeah, it's individuals, not the government as a whole, but individuals in the government who, like you said, they're overreaching. They're
like, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Please stay in your lane.
Government officials who are saying things way out of line that, would technically be considered an abuse of power in some cases.
I mean, first up on the chopping block, Eric Swalwell, basically said that if gun owners went to war with the government, we'll just fucking nuke them.
Yeah, he was responding to somebody's comment on Twitter. Of course, the whole thing was about banning assault rifles, which, that we could spend an entire episode dissecting assault rifles.
Well, we'll get there. Don't worry. It's coming.
But yeah, that was the topic, was banning assault rifles, and somebody had responded to him saying, in a nutshell, that if they tried to take our guns, then there would be a war.
Yeah.
And Representative Swalwell, he replied to the guy saying it would be a very short war because America has nukes.
Now, let's break that down here. Okay. What did we learn when we dropped 2 bombs on Japan?
We're a bunch of badass motherfuckers.
No, what we learned is those 2 bombs do a lot of damage.
Over a very long period of time.
Over a very, very long. So, really, you're only hurting yourself here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like saying, you know what? My left hand pissed me off, so I'm going to chop that fucker right off. You don't do that.
No.
Maybe you have a talk with your left hand about how it offended you.
Yeah, it's the whole cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yeah, don't do that. I mean, I'm not saying, hey, go to war with your government. I'm just saying, hey, government, don't use the big boy bomb.
And
that would be stupid.
It would. If obviously because we have a very large nuclear arsenal of different size.
You need a bigger word than large.
of different sizes of nuclear armament. And, it's depending upon what they decided to drop and where they dropped it at, this entire country would be wiped out.
Oh, no wonder. He's fucking from California. He ain't got nothing to worry about. They're going to drop a nuke on California unless we're outlaw dildos.
I really like the idea behind the movie Escape from L.A., where a earthquake of biblical proportions separates the city of Los Angeles from the rest of the country. That needs to happen, but it needs to happen to the entire state of California.
Just make them an island.
Yes.
Get on out there. Further away. When you hit Russia, you've gone too far, but don't turn around and come back.
Oh God! And then, of course, we can't have a show without talking about her.
Just hashtag Congress Lady Elect. Just doing her usual talking
You know,
That's really all she's got to do.
and this was our crybaby of the week last week.
And probably
For the very threatening somebody with subpoena power over a fucking meme.
Yeah, that's, I mean, hey.
With power she doesn't even have.
No, well, not singularly. It's not a singular power she has. But with that being said, like, how are you going to threaten someone for just sharing something you don't like?
Yeah.
You know how many times a day I see a meme that I find that's in bad taste? Several. I mean, very many libertarian pages. We're assholes. I see several that are in bad taste daily. And I don't get on there and like, oh my god, I can't believe you said that. That's horrible. Mostly because you'll get called a bootlicker. But also just because I don't care. And, you know, if I see something I don't like, I just scroll right past it.
Yeah.
I don't feel the need to comment on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tiring. If you comment on everything that you find in bad taste or that upsets you, you're literally going to spend the majority of your time on the phone. Well, I say the phone, that's because I get my Facebook and social media on. But you'll spend the majority of the time on social media. And that's no way to live your life. I mean, could you even call it a life at that point?
No, I don't think you could. You know, and, I'll plug this real quick because this does kind of go in line with what you're saying. We do have a Twitter account now.
Accidental product placement. Sorry, guys.
Primarily for the purpose of keeping track of some of these individuals. I think Twitter is going to be where we're going to find most of our crybaby of the weeks from now on.
I mean, yeah. I'm glad you're handling the Twitter account.
You know, Alyssa Milano.
Oh,
she is one of the ones that's blaming Border Patrol for the death of that 7-year-old girl. And I couldn't help myself. Like, this is the only comment I have left on Twitter so far.
Well, it's only Monday.
Well, yeah, that's true. But yeah, I felt the need to just share my thoughts, and my thoughts were, and this is what I wrote. This is what happens when your Hollywood career spirals down the drain and you try to remain relevant. When is the last time she did anything that was worth a damn?
Was she in Charmed?
She was.
Then.
Okay. So
2007-ish?
Yeah, roundabout.
I'll get the numbers.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun following some of these people on Twitter. Let's see, who else did we have? Ted Lieu from California.
Oh, Teddy boy.
Oh man, Ted.
He stepped in a big way.
Oh god, what wouldn't they call that, a Freudian slip?
Yeah. 2006 on Charmed, by the way.
Oh, 2006. There you go.
I was close.
Yeah, this was his Freudian slip. So they were having a congressional hearing talking with CEO of Google, some telemarketer name.
That was horrible.
Yeah, he. What was it he said?
That he would love to regulate speech.
Yes, he would love to be able to regulate speech, but that the First Amendment is there basically preventing him from doing so.
And you know what's funny? I guarantee you, the moment he said, every Democrat in the room was like, "This motherfucker!
Oh, stop!
Don't say it out loud! You fucked us!" Every Democrat in the room, their butthole puckered.
Exactly.
Guarantee it.
Yeah. First, how long has this man been in office? We need to look that up because that's
Wikipedia, here I come.
I mean, I could understand this being like, an Ocasio-Cortez gaffe. She has no idea what the fuck she's doing. But if this is somebody who's been in office for a while,
let's see here. All right, let's see. Ted Lieu, I can't even read that. Assumed office January 3rd, 2015. And that is for the U.S. House of Representatives, California's 33rd District. 2011, he was in the 28th District. 2005, he was in the State Assembly.
Okay, so I'll stop you right there. He has been in politics longer than 10 years.
Yeah.
I would think at this point, he's got a handler, somebody who coaches him on what to say, what not to say, and I think that he either did a fly-by-wire thing and did his own thing, or handler set him up for failure.
And you know what's even bad? He has a Georgetown University. Okay, he got his bachelor's from Stanford. He has a JD degree from Stanford. Do you know what a JD degree is? It's a doctorate of jurisprudence. Okay, this man has a doctorate in law and just fucked himself on constitutional law. What?
I'm speechless by this guy.
Okay, I mean, I could at least give Congress Lady-elect a pass. What college did she go to? Let me look that up. Oh, man. Oh, hey, she's one of the top results.
Oh, of course.
But, I mean, if you have a law degree, you should probably think about what words come out of your mouth, legally speaking.
Right.
Because it's not going to end well if you say something stupid, like that.
Would love to regulate free speech.
Oh, she went to Boston University. She didn't go to a bad school.
Okay.
I can give her that. Or she's a Celtics fan.
But
doubt it.
Yeah. But she's not helping her cause any.
I'm a Democrat that does. I'm a Republican that does.
I was going to say, if we were just going to stick with Democrats, I think the last one that actually tried to help their cause was JFK.
Ooh, that did not end well.
No, it didn't.
But here's the thing. Today, JFK would not be a Democrat. I guarantee you, if JFK ran today, he would be a Republican. I mean, you just look at what the things he was doing. It was very much right-leaning. That was back when, Democrats were, real Democrats and not, crybabies who get offended by words and need safe spaces. Which, safe spaces are a whole other show indeed. But back to the Ted Lieu thing, to say that you would love to regulate speech, where does that end? At what point do you stop regulating speech?
Right.
I mean, are we going to start arresting first graders that don't know any better and say, I'm going to kill you?
Yeah,
are we going to arrest them because they don't know any better?
No, they don't. And I mean, here's the thing about it. This whole congressional hearing with Google, it was about supposedly their search algorithm was set up so if you searched, say, a conservative name, Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, something along those lines, then they're saying their search algorithm was set up so that the top search results would be all negative about stuff. And then he went on his thing saying how he would love to regulate free speech.
Well, just speech. He didn't say free speech.
Well,
because if it's regulated, it's not free.
Right. And then they try to backpedal, and Representative Swalwell, he tried backpedaling, saying the whole thing with nukes, that was just a joke. Ted Lieu tried backpedaling, saying that he wasn't actually saying he wanted to regulate speech, that he's actually the opposite, and he's one of the biggest proponents for free speech. But that's not what you said.
Yeah, that's not how that works. You can't say I want to regulate speech and then be like, oh no, I actually like free speech. No, it's not how that works.
Yeah.
Like, stop trying to backtrack just because you got caught. It's. I have no idea why.
So
this is why they shouldn't put microphones in front of politicians, because inevitably they're going to say something stupid.
Yeah. So we're going to change gears here now, and we're going to take a quick break and give a shout out to our alma mater yet again, to the Fife High School Red Devil cheerleaders. They have brought home their 7th consecutive state title.
Yeah, that's what we do at Fife. We win.
Yeah, that's so. Big shout out to the Fife Red Devils. Now, a few weeks ago, in honor of reaching our first 100 followers, we had a caption the photo contest. We announced the winner last week, Miss Kelly Williams, and we have got her on the air with us. So we're going to bring her in now, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. Kelly, how you doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing well.
Excellent. So how? So we'll
Got messed up.
Now the photo, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. It's the picture of the car in the second floor of the dental office, and your caption that won was "Hold my beer, I know a shortcut." So that was
that's actually a phrase I've used in real life.
It is.
I wasn't in a car.
I have to ask: is this coming from is this coming from real world experience for you?
I'm gonna plead the fifth.
You're gonna plead the fifth on that.
Well, we don't plead the fifth on the show.
That's right.
I've never once said I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
I have never run into a dentist office.
Okay. That is a political answer. I'll let you have it.
So no, I'm not going to let that one slide.
Give me that.
I'm not going to let that one slide. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to look at somebody and say, "Hold my beer, I know a shortcut"?
I have not.
You have not. Okay, so there we go.
I've been in that situation.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've said, "Hold my beer and watch this shit"?
That's very possible.
Very possible.
I know I've been in that situation. It never ended well for me.
Absolutely. So, Kelly, tell us a little bit about yourself. For the listeners out there, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and all that other stuff.
Well, I am a paralegal for the Army, so I've been with them for 25 years.
Okay.
And I live up in D.C.
Yep. How's the weather up in D.C. right now?
It's been rainy all weekend, but it's about the 40s.
Oh, you're getting that Alabama winter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, see, North gets the snow, Alabama gets the rain.
And we get the ice.
Nope, you can keep it. My four-wheel drive can do nothing on ice.
Nope, four-wheel slide.
Yeah, and they have been, they've actually been calling for a potential storm that would rival the blizzard that we had in April of '93 down here.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I mean, I haven't seen James Spann take his shirt off yet, so I don't think it's anything too serious.
Dude, if he takes the shirt off, the world's ending. That's how that works. He loses his coat, you're in trouble. He loses his shirt, you're dead.
So I have to ask, DC. You said you live up in DC.
I do.
Do you actually live in DC, or?
I'm in Northern Virginia.
Oh, okay, Northern Virginia. But it's kind of like for us around here. When people ask where we're from, we instead of saying Powell or Rainsville, we say Fort Payne.
Yeah, it's just easier that way.
It really is.
Trust me, if you ever looked at a map of Alabama, if you look at a map of Alabama and you can find Fife without the city names being on it, I'll give you $100.
Right?
That 100's safe.
Don't do that, because do not do that, because then somebody's going to come on here. Hey, I found it. Where's my $100?
I'm gonna need video proof that you didn't research the subject.
So now you've been listening. You've been listening to what we've been talking. I want to hear your thoughts on what some of these politicians are doing. Since you live in the DC area, I want to hear some of your thoughts on what some of these politicians are doing and saying.
It's very concerning. That's definitely true. Because you never know. They're in power. And they can do whatever they want just by voting. We voted them in, and unfortunately, that's not necessarily the best thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when we've got somebody threatening, which he said it wasn't a threat, it was a joke.
Yeah, I joke about nukes all the time.
Yeah, we
Ted Lieu, I mean, he was in the Air Force. He was Air Force Judge Advocate General.
Wait. We're gonna rewind.
I don't have that button.
Hit the replay button on the TiVo. So he was a JAG in the Air Force, and he's, oh my God, that that just and you're a paralegal for the Army.
I am.
So you know how criminal justice system works for both sides, civilian and military. What would be some of the legal implications behind something like that? Or not implications, ramifications. There we go. That's the word I was looking for.
You'll get it.
I told you, I'll figure out how to word tonight.
There are huge ramifications. I mean, if he's going to use a nuclear option for people having their guns, that's ridiculous. Because a nuclear bomb is not going to differentiate between someone who has a gun and someone who doesn't. It's going to wipe out everybody. That's just stupid.
But we have smart bombs now.
There's no such thing as a smart nuclear bomb.
That kind of like Alex Jones and his gay bomb.
I think so, yeah.
Did you hear the gay bomb?
I did not.
Oh my God! This was back. Bush was still a president back when this happened. Alex Jones said that military scientists were working on isolating the gay gene. They were going to weaponize it, put it in a bomb, and drop it on countries we were fighting.
Oh my God!
So,
oh Lord,
we were going to weaponize gay.
So they'd still hate us, but be fashionable about it.
Yeah, they're going to look real great while they're shooting at us.
That just wow.
Well, the Army did start with the beret, right?
She ain't
wrong.
Now I'm going hip fire this one because I've been following this and I'm kind of upset about this. We haven't discussed this tonight, and so this is going to be kind of a surprise. The Army Green Beret, who is facing murder charges, because in 2010, I think it was, he tracked down and killed a bomb maker in Afghanistan that killed 2 Marines.
Okay.
Now, his reasoning behind it, they captured said bomb maker, interrogated him, he refused to speak, and we can only hold detainees for so long, and then we have to let them go.
Yeah.
But, we pulled in a lot of informants and stuff to find this guy. So they let him go. And This Green Beret said he tracked the guy down, followed him after they let him go, followed him out of the base after they let him go, and he tracked him down and killed him in an effort to save their informants.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, he's being brought up on murder charges for this. You know, the man is a hero. Straight up, he is a hero, and he's being vilified by the government he is fighting to protect.
That's true. But his actions weren't exactly above board.
That's the thing. I mean, we're in a war.
Yeah.
Now, Kelly, this is where I'm going to bring you in on this, being a paralegal and all. I assume I don't want you to go into too much detail if you have knowledge, but I assume your office has gotten knowledge of what's going on with this gentleman. Am I correct?
It wouldn't be my office. We do civil litigation rather than criminal.
Okay. However, I assume you have heard about the situation.
Oh, yes.
As a paralegal, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, he's still just under investigation. He hasn't been charged with it. It's just the whole
he's facing the charges. He has not been officially charged.
Correct. So, I mean, Trump came out saying that he would pardon him, but that would come after everything's already said and done.
You know, it's a shitty situation, I have to say. I mean,
but one thing that they have to be careful about is unlawful command influence.
Right. Now, that's the thing about that, because, you know, President Trump, he is commander-in-chief. So, can the prosecution try and go for unlawful command influence if the president gets involved?
It would be the defense, not the prosecution.
Well, I mean, I think it could go either way, personally. You know, if it goes in the defense's favor, then the prosecution could try and do the same thing.
True.
So, I don't know, it's kind of a double-edged sword, really.
Yeah, well, I see what he was doing, and I can even understand his reasonings behind it. Because, you know, from a civilian standpoint, you know, I didn't go to Iraq or Afghanistan. So, you know, he's Army Green Beret, but that's not all he sees. And when you're over there, it don't matter if you're Army, Navy, Air Force, or whatever, you're brothers.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I mean, it's hard to determine, like, how you would react to a situation like that.
And that's the thing about it. The two Marines that were killed in the IED blast, they were out on patrol together. It was Green Berets, Marines, they were patrolling together.
Yeah.
And the IED went off, and he saw those two Marines get killed.
Yeah.
So, from the outside looking in, it appears to be a personal vendetta.
Yeah.
But, like I said, his version of the story was, you know, we caught the bomb maker, we interrogated him, we had to let him go, and in an effort to save the identity of the informants and their families, that's why he did what he did.
And you also have to think about that, because when you're over there, those informants and your interpreters, they become a part of your family, basically, because you rely on them.
You do.
And, I mean, even there's a story, it wasn't really a story, it was a video I watched on YouTube. Matt Best, you know.
Yeah.
His Black Rifle Coffee Company, they brought their terp from where they were, because he was in such a bad way and getting death threats in his country. So they brought him to America, helped him gain his citizenship, and put him to work.
Yeah.
At the Black Rifle Coffee Company. Like, that's how close you get with some of the people over there. Because they're doing what they can to help you. They're putting their lives and their families' lives on the line.
Absolutely. Which, during my first deployment, you know, I worked at a traffic control point on a main supply route going into the city of Rolla. We had Iraqi police officers out there working the post with us. So it was the same situation for them. They're working with U.S. forces and...
They're targets.
Yeah.
Actually, they're probably bigger targets than U.S. forces because they're seen as traitors.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're definitely going to be... I know, me personally, I will definitely be keeping a close watch on this story. I definitely want to see how that unfolds. So... The dog had to put his 2 cents in.
I know.
Well, the dog didn't like it, apparently.
The dog does not agree. The dog thinks he should be set free.
Exactly.
Dog's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Oh, man. So,
Yeah.
So living in D.C., or in the D.C. area.
Yeah.
Tell us. I mean, you've been living there. I'm going to
My
assume
entire
pretty
life.
much. Yeah. Okay. So you've been living there your entire life. I've heard there is. It's almost impossible to see everything there is to see in the D.C. area, as far as tourism goes.
It would take a very long time.
I talked about it not long ago on the show when I went up there, spent the weekend up there, and so I had living there your whole life. You've not seen everything there is to see.
Correct. And I think the big part of it is that I'm here, so it's not a.
You just don't care to see it.
I just don't have to rush to see it because I'm always going to be here.
Right.
But whenever people come into town is where I actually go in and see things.
Anything like that
So when you
here?
came to town, we did museums or statues or monuments.
Oh, yeah. It'd be kind of like the hippie hole for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we don't go to the hippie hole all the time. We know where it's at, but
Yeah.
we don't go there. Mostly because I don't need drugs.
Yeah. You're not a hippie.
Well, that's not what it's about. Like, it's the place to go swimming, which it's a pretty fun place to go swimming if you don't mind, swimming with people that are probably doing less than legal activities.
Yeah.
Same time. But it's nothing like the tourism that they have in DC, that's for sure.
Yeah. And I'm amazed. I always thought the National Mall was Lincoln Memorial to Capitol Hill and everything in between there.
Yeah.
Oh, National Mall is fucking huge.
Oh, yeah.
I
All the
mean,
way to Lincoln.
Yeah, it's I think it's like 4 or 5 miles from the Lincoln Memorial to Capitol Hill, straight line.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
It seemed like it was when I walked it.
Because you're out of shape, Marine.
Shut up.
It may have taken us that long to walk it. It's not that far.
Yeah, that. Yes. So, I've considered. I definitely want to go back up there. We need to go back up. We need to go up there.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
Me and you in DC at the same time, that's not a good idea.
We could stand outside the IRS building and just flip them off.
Not a bad idea.
And, I mean, free speech, they can't do nothing to us. Unless you're Ted Lieu.
Yeah, that's true. If Ted Lieu sees us, he's gonna try to fuck with us.
Yeah, and then, Representative Swallow might try and drop a nuke on us.
There you go. Just because I flipped somebody off.
Oh, man.
I don't want to go near the IRS building.
You not been paying your taxes?
I'll pay them. I just don't like it. Oh, I take that back. I would like to go visit my money.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Like, hey, there's my money. It's in there. Not doing what I sent it for, but it's fucking there.
We we could definitely come up with some show ideas up there for sure.
Do a show right in front of the White House.
Oh, I would love to do that.
Especially like a Facebook Live video. We're like, okay, position, get the sniper in the shot. I want the sniper in the shot.
He'll only be in the shot for about 2 seconds. And then you'll be in the shot.
Nope. I will not. I'm going to, unbeknownst to you, whatever clothes you decide to wear that day, I'm drawing the big target on your back.
No, absolutely not. That is a negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah. It goes on your back. And I'm going to be wearing a shirt that says snipers are awesome on my back. And there you go. And that's why you get shot in DC and I get to come home.
You're a dick.
We've established this. How long have we been doing this show?
A minute.
Yeah, well, we established it at least once a show. I'm an asshole.
I think that's what our Facebook page says.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And we're not lying.
We really are assholes. Some of us just have more restraint than others.
That's a very pointed phrase.
Was it because I was looking at you when I said it?
Yeah, might have had something to do with it, asshole.
Well, thank you.
Most people get offended. We take it as a term of endearment.
Absolutely. Oh, man. So, Kelly, this is going to be a very important question.
Okay.
Oh, God.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, Jesus.
Dear God.
Has that devolved to that? What's your favorite
What's
color?
my favorite color? Are you asking me security questions?
Yes, we're currently trying to hack into your Facebook. If you could provide the information we're asking for.
What was the name of your first grade teacher?
I'm going to need mother's maiden name.
In the last 4 years social.
Possibly even your first pet's name. I don't know. I don't know what your security questions are, but we're trying to cover all the bases.
No, I do actually want to know. How big? I don't know if you saw it or not, but I've heard the turnout for President Bush's funeral over on Capitol Hill. Like, I've heard there was no room inside the Capitol Rotunda, but yeah. I heard there were almost like the entire front lawn of the Capitol building was swarmed with people.
Because it depends on the time. Because there were times, like overnight, where you could go straight in. But then we had snow up here at that point. So it was kind of a crappy day for everyone to go. But there was upwards of 100,000 people there that went through. I want to say it was like 78,000 that went through there.
Wow.
That the Park Service counted.
That's an ass ton of people.
That just goes to show you right there, what kind of legacy that man had.
Well, is it really legacy or is it respect of office?
I think it's both.
I would agree with Kelly on that. I'd say it's both.
I mean, he's probably the last president that has actually worked on both sides of the aisle. And he actually worked to get things done. Where every other president since then has been very divisive.
Yeah, it's very much partisan politics these days.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, that's the hard thing about it. You got two sides and everybody wants to stay with their side, but, I mean, you have to find a middle ground.
Yeah. There needs to be, like you said, they need to find that middle ground, and that the one side, right there in the middle.
You're not always going to agree, but you have to find a way to come to terms with what you don't agree on and find amicable solutions.
Yeah.
Which is what we can't seem to do.
I think we truly will need a viable third party at some point.
Go libertarians.
Yes. I mean, if you have
Fuck yes.
far right, the far left, everyone in the middle is fairly the same. You either lean a little left or a little right.
And that's the thing about the libertarian platform. I mean, it's a little bit left, it's a little bit right. Mostly, I wouldn't say mostly right, but like on the like the gun issues and stuff like that, right, definitely. But
Yeah.
But on like gay marriage and border control, very much left leaning.
Why can't it just be everybody live your life and be happy?
That's a libertarian principle.
Yeah.
You might be libertarian.
I might be in some cases. Like you, I have conservative views and I also have liberal views.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about it. I don't agree with libertarians on border.
Mm-hmm.
Libertarians want open borders. That's what they want. Open borders everywhere. There should be no border between Mexico. There should be no border between Canada. You should be able to come basically back and forth free as you want. And that's dangerous.
Very.
But, I agree with them as far as like gay marriage goes, which is a very left-leaning argument. If you love them, marry them. It's not my business.
Yeah.
The business arrangement.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a business arrangement where you lose every shit. I won't get into why they name hurricanes after women, but let's keep that argument to myself.
Hurricanes are named after both. They're both male and female names.
But majority women.
Nope, every other one. Male, female, male, female.
I'm going to have to fact check you on that one.
Go right ahead.
She is correct.
Fact check that. You're
Go pull up Snopes.
You're ruining my stand-up routine, okay? You'll fact check stand-up comedians.
Oh my god. That actually reminds. I was talking about this. I was talking about this with a friend the other day. Walmart.
Oh Jesus!
As a child, I was petrified of Walmart.
You were talking about this with me.
Was it with you I was talking about this with?
Yes, because I thought it was the most idiotic thing to be terrified of Walmart. Then you explained your reason, and I was like, okay, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. When I was a child growing up, especially when we moved to Alabama, if I did something wrong in school, if I got into a fight or had a bad grade or whatever, they called my parents.
So daily.
Just about.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, when I got home, it was, don't take your shoes off on a Walmart. First time it happened, I was like, oh, cool, we're going to Walmart. Maybe I can get a toy. Then I got my ass beat in front of God and everybody in the middle of Walmart. Every time after that, if I got in trouble at school and I got home, don't take your shoes off, we're going to Walmart. Oh, shit.
So basically, what you're telling me is that your parents decided that beating your ass is a public spectacle that everyone should encounter.
Yes. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of our society nowadays. Kids did not. Yeah, kids don't get their ass beat in public anymore.
Or in private.
I never really got my ass beat in public, but my mom was quick draw with a shoe. Like, I say something that pissed her off, I get 2 steps and there'll be a shoe flying past my head. So I tried really hard not to piss that woman off, because when she connected, it sucked.
You do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, kids nowadays, they get time out. Fuck that! I got beat with wooden spoons and
whatever was readily available.
A remote control one time. May have been a TV. I don't know. She was crazy.
My mom's favorite was a fly swatter.
Oh God, that was my grandmother. The coat hanger, the wire coat hanger fly swatters.
No. Fly swatter would be a sweet reprieve.
But here was the thing: she did not use the end that you used to swat the flies with. She used the handle.
Oh, I know. You ain't live until you've been beaten by an entire bush.
See, my mother's favorite is she would buy me and my brother the paddle balls because she knew we'd have them broken
in
an hour. And then she would paddle us with it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she started out buying the really cheap, flimsy wooden ones. And, first time you hit somebody with it, it's going to break.
Well, you got to move up to the plastic.
That's when she got smart and she started buying the fiberglass ones.
Oh, yeah. Those don't break. I mean, they do on your ass.
Yeah.
You're picking fiberglass splinters out of your ass.
That just... I always hated that. That was my mother's go-to thing.
You took ag in high school, right?
Yeah.
What'd you build?
I built a Foot Locker.
Mom tried to trick me. She was like, "What are you building an ag?" I was like, "I'm probably gonna build a picnic table." She was like, "Oh, okay. You should probably build a paddle." I was like, "No, I ain't stupid. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna build a paddle, bring it home. You're gonna beat me with it."
Exactly.
Because I mean, at that time I was like 16, so I was already 6'3". I was like 220 pounds. My mom was like 5'8", 100 pounds. Belts didn't work no more.
My mom, another one of my mom's favorite things, if she was in the kitchen, cutting board. The cutting board.
That's one I haven't heard.
The cutting board.
Yes.
Oh, I've never been beaten with a cutting board.
Yep.
But I'm still, I've still got time.
You do. Have a cutting board?
Not that my mom knows about.
Oh, man. Well, we got to wrap this up. Kelly, it's been great having you on the air. We appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's fun.
You still have to come up to DC.
Yeah, we need to come up to DC. We need to plan
You
a
too,
trip
Matt.
up
I mean, I'm down. I just I want to come back from DC, so
Yeah.
don't do anything to get me arrested for treason.
there. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up with that. Again, don't forget to go on Facebook and check us out, Two Beards Talking. You can look us up on Twitter as well. Same thing, Two Beards Talking. So it's been a fun show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Absolutely. So thanks for tuning in. This is Daniel Sanders.
Matt Lassiter.
A lot, guys.
Okay.